Alex Chamberlain, noted indie wrestler. He's traveled all over the place, around the world. Also involved in Florida Super Championship Wrestling, which is a little different. It's part of Florida Supercon and Supercon Retro here at the Miami Airport Convention Center. And it's just a different type of wrestling show. So, Alex, tell us what it's all about, and then reaction you're even getting from fans and other wrestlers.
Sure. I mean, the show itself, for me, I've been wrestling over 10 years now, and I can easily say that I have more fun doing this particular show as a character, as a professional wrestler. Like, this is the most fun you'll have. It's funny. You travel all over you travel everywhere. You get to do these shows in front of all these fans, and then you get to do this here, and you get to throw on a cool costume, you get to be a crazy character like from your childhood, and you get to be that person. It's awesome. And
those characters are basically from
comics, video games, movies, pop culture, like anything like that. Like, if you want to see like Mario versus, say, the Punisher, we make it happen. If you want to see, Chun-Li versus like Solomon Grundy, like, we try to make it happen. It's cool too because like I have a lot of buddies who are very well established, like Brian Cage from Lucha Underground, all these guys who constantly call me up and like, how do I do this? How do I be part of this? This is so much. It looks like so much fun. And some of the guys we bring in are from like different parts of the U.S. or they'll travel down here just to do this show because they know how much fun we've had. Because of stories, we've had Hurricane Helms did the show a few times, and he says it's the most fun he's ever had doing wrestling shows because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely like, you don't have to take it seriously. You're just out here to have fun. The fans go nuts for it.
Because it portray your character. From the comic books, from the video games, things like that.
That's what it's all
more about that than the moves.
Right.
itself.
No, that's what makes this such a different style of wrestling. You go and watch a Supercon wrestling, their matches in terms of wrestling, like the psychology of wrestling, they don't make sense. There is no really physical story. They want to see a character. They want to see the character's ability. They want to see, your Superman. They want to see you try to, maybe fly off the top rope or maybe lift someone over your head. Like, that's what they care about. They don't care if you have an awesome headlock or a really cool kick. Like, that doesn't matter. They pop more for. Like I said, when I was doing Captain America, I would get more of a pop just bringing out the shield and using it to stop like Green Arrow's arrow than I ever did doing like a crazy bump. So it's nice on the body too, because you don't have to do as much, definitely.
And even like Michael Kingston's here, the creator of Headlocked, the comic book, and so many wrestlers are into comics. They're writing stories, they're doing artwork, coming out. Kaz and Daniels have their own comic book.
I saw that,
So that also, I would guess, also lends to this whole Comic-Con experience that so many of the wrestlers, Xavier Woods is another one too.
Yeah, he used to come to these shows. I remember when Xavier first got signed he was still in the FSCW program, and it was just transitioned to NXT. He would still come down here before he was on the road full time and just hang out in the back while we did the Supercon shows. And he was like, and you could tell he had the itch so bad, he'd be like, oh man, I could just throw on a Power Rangers outfit and just throw a mask on, I could go out. And we're like, he's like, but like they'd fire me in an instant if they found out, like it would get online. But yeah, he used to sit up there and he was like itching to do this because he like saw how fun it was. It's cool now because now that comics are so like mainstream and such a part of American culture now, like even more so than ever.
All the movies that have come out.
God, it's such a multi-billion-dollar industry. So it's funny how, when I was younger, comics weren't exactly the most popular thing in the world, but now it's like every dude is into comics or they were into something sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek, or some deal like that, and then they get to come here and then do this stuff. So it'll be cool to see the roster expand and we get more guys. I think the July one's gonna be a blast. We're gonna get like a lot, maybe some big names in here to play some characters and have some fun.
That'll be Florida Supercon in July. That's their big show of the year.
27th to the 30th.
But where can people go, Alex, to find out about not just Florida Supercon, but also FSCW, Florida Super Championship Wrestling?
Florida Super Championship Wrestling on Facebook. That's a super active page. I'll have all the updates, everything. Pretty sure they're putting together an Instagram too. So they do a lot of photos over the weekend. So I think you're going to start seeing that roll out. But right now, Facebook, Florida Super Championship Wrestling is going to be the way to find out all your information about next shows, the next dates, and also the Supercon page will also be keep updating that as well. So Supercon, FloridaSupercon.com, and Florida Supercon Facebook page, and Instagrams and Twitters. So.
All right, thanks, Alex.
Oh, thank you, man.